Oh, thanks for waiting. Sorry about that. Well, I don't answer individual questions. I do collective readings by sign. So you watch your sign or the sign of your person to see, what's going on with them, where their heart's at right now. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this third week of July 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? Oh, nice. Well, Aquarius is coming up in a few signs, okay? Thank you for the like. Okay, 3 cards for Scorpio. How is Scorpio feeling? If I'm on Scorpio now, and that takes half an hour, and then Sagittarius half an hour, Capricorn, it's going to be an hour and a half before I get to Aquarius. I don't know if you want to go and come back. It's up to you. Hi, Topsy Ivy. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Anchal. I don't take personal questions in the lives. I read for your sign. Okay. It's a collective reading and you just watch the narrative that's playing out for your sign. It should resonate anyway, but if you want a personal reading, it's £18. My PayPal link is in the description for my channel, and you would get a private link to your own individual 20-minute reading. Okay, the 7 of Wands. So we've got a bit of a defensive energy here, Scorpio. You've got a wall up. You're determined to keep the high ground, to maintain the advantage. But you're a little bit defensive as well. So what's that about? Two more for how Scorpio is feeling, please. I'm not answering individual questions. This is collective readings, so I go through each of the zodiac signs. And you just follow your sign or the sign of your person and see what the narrative is going on with them at the moment. Or you need to find a different channel if you're determined to ask individual questions. Okay, so we've got the World card. The World card is about success. It's about completion of a cycle. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realizes that better days are coming. Okay, he must take life's rough with the smooth. So the myth behind this card, because this is a Greek astrology tarot deck. Corona means crown, okay, in Latin. So the wreath is a circular symbol of victory. It's probably myrtle leaves. It means victory, celebration, honour, and eternal life. Now, that's what Italians wear around their, on top of their head when they graduate. Okay, they still do that now. In pagan rituals in Europe, the wreaths were associated with fertility and the changing seasons. Like the world card, the wreath symbolises success, representing a continuous cycle of achievements and fresh starts. In Greek mythology, the myth most associated is of Dionysus, the Olympian god of wine, pleasure, and festivity. He was the son of Zeus and Semele, princess of Thebes. After successfully rescuing his mother from the underworld and Hades, the god placed the wreath in the sky as a symbol of finally being able to save his mother, ending a chapter and moving on to new things. Dionysus then took his mother to Mount Olympus, where Semele became the goddess Thyone. Like Dionysus, you will feel a sense of fulfillment and a completion of a successful cycle where you can also give back to the world. Okay, so you could be feeling a sense of success, a sense of achievement, continuous cycles of achievement. Temperance, the moon, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Page of Swords is watching, waiting, observing. The Six of Cups is a soulmate. Could be desire for a soulmate. Ten of Pentacles is lasting generational wealth. You normally achieve that when you put two incomes together with another. The Six of Pentacles is, six is an even number. It's wanting fairness. Look at all the pentacles here. Equal give and take, equal amounts of time, money, and energy being put in. It's give and take. The Moon card and Temperance. Okay, so Temperance is about finding the right balance, managing our emotions. The Moon card is being afraid of what we don't know, what's ahead, okay, but realising that we need to walk forwards anyway. Sometimes we have fear of the unknown, you know, but it's just because we don't know what's ahead. It's not necessarily because there is something bad there. This is very important, this Temperance card, because you'll realise that when I read the myth behind it, the goal, this is the goal. Okay, Sagittarius is trying to achieve balance because there's goals to be achieved. There's work to be done, there's things that Sagittarius wants. And that is a soulmate and lasting generational wealth. There's this fear surrounding the fact that there needs to be, sorry, I said what Sagittarius wants, what Scorpio wants. There needs to be reciprocity. You're not down for someone, you know, like just letting you do all the work. But you're ready to do your half as well. See, let's look at the Archer, because that's quite an important major arcana. And the myth helps us to understand. Okay, yeah, so the major arcana for Sagittarius, the Archer, represents a centaur, a half-human, half-horse creature with the body of a horse and the torso of a man, drawing a bow aimed towards Scorpius, its neighbouring constellation. It can represent Pabilsag, of Sumerian origin, representing the god of war and hunting. He was illustrated as a centaur-like archer with wings. It is also to portray Crotus, a satyr known for being a great hunter and the inventor of archery. He lived on Mount Helicon and was Pan's son. Crotus loved the muses and the arts, and it's also said to have invented applause, as he would clap his hands when the muses sang. The muses asked Zeus to place him in the sky. As a fire sign, Sagittarius is attracted to new ideas, passionate, adventurous, and opportunistic. Represented by the centaur, the archer uses his arrow to dream big and aim high. Like the Temperance card, the centaur Sagittarius desires to be in an enlightened and balanced state of being in order to pursue their goals. The cup slowly pouring water from one cup to another symbolises the moderation, harmony, and love that you need in your life. Okay, so Scorpio, it seems like your ultimate goal is in your line of sight. Okay, you want this. You're waiting for this opportunity. You're watching and you're actively looking and waiting. I mean, Scorpions, you know, they don't just strike constantly, do they? They wait for that opportunity to strike. Let's see who's showing up then. Who have you got your eye on? Because that Page of Swords energy is like, you know, when someone new starts at work and you're like, who's that? It's that kind of vibe. It's curiosity. It's trying to gain knowledge and spy without necessarily being seen. Trying not to be obvious. So who is it you've got your eye on? Let's have a look. The Three of Swords. Someone's heartbroken. It's a Mayor. Heartbreak. Is this someone that you know that's recently had the heartbroken and you're like, oh, maybe I could be their next person? If not, then it's someone that you're manifesting in, but I'm like curious about that Page of Swords because that is a card of watching, waiting, and gaining information about someone you don't know anything about. Ace of Swords, breakthrough, major clarity, the truth. A revelation, a confession. These are the cards of your person, the one that you're watching or thinking about, or that's being manifested in. Maybe that's why you've got that competitive energy, because this is a card of competition. It's not only a card of being defensive, you know, it's being on the attack as well, like thinking, well, I'm the best person for you. You don't know it yet, but I'm the best person for you. And then we've got like this constant like drive, this like desire for success. And then we've got our eye on the prize with that Sagittarian energy. The Pisces card isn't just about fear, it's about following your intuition, being intuitive. It's water energy. And it's upright, so you're not being governed by fear, you're going to do it anyway. You want reciprocity. It's not just anybody. This person needs to be special, they need to be fair, equal, they need to do their bit. You're not about to be used by anyone, Scorpio. Why have they got this Ace of Swords? Clarity. Confession. The truth, major revelation. The Ten of Swords. Ooh, that is painful. The Ten of Swords is... This is a painful ending. 10 is, you know, the good thing is 10 is the end of a cycle. It's completion, okay? The numbers run from 0 up to 10. This is an ending. It's one that's been very, very painful for this person. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is major arcana for Taurus. Look at, oh my goodness me, look at all of this. That's all swords, 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 swords. You know, swords are knowledge, communication. They're also like pain, anxiety, fear. They're like intrusive thoughts, you know, things that we can't stop thinking. This person, my God, like that is painful. Whatever they found out, it's helped them to finish this cycle. It was something painful, okay, that they found out, and they've had some sort of breakthrough and they thought, blow this, like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is like the ultimate like ending now. That is crushed and burned. The Hierophant is the teacher. It's someone who's learned many harsh lessons. They're no longer a student because they've actually like, they've lived so much harsh lessons that they're now the teacher, and they don't want other people to make the mistakes that they made or suffer the things that they've suffered. So they try their best to share their wisdom and their knowledge. Let's get the Greek mythology behind it though, because it's got another layer to it with this deck. Thanks for the likes, guys. Okay, so your person has got the Hierophant. So Taurus means bull in Latin. It's associated with when Zeus transformed into a white bull to get the attention of the Phoenician princess. Oh, I keep saying Phoenician, like physician. Phoenician, it'll be, won't it? Phoenician princess Europa. Zeus instructed his son Hermes to take the king's cattle towards Europa. Disguised as a bull, Zeus mingled with the cattle. When Europa saw the beautiful bull, she glazed. She hopped on the bull's back, and the bull swam across the Mediterranean Sea, arriving at Crete Island. Zeus revealed his identity, seduced Europa, and gave presents that included a dog, later known as the constellation Cani Major. They also had a son, Minos. Ruled by Venus, Taurus are known for their seduction and elegance, these traits that Zeus uses to attract who he desires. Like the Hierophant card representing an established practice and holding a position of power, Zeus was a practical god. Whatever he wanted, he would get it, and an authority figure who ruled the gods of Mount Olympus. Taurus is a grounded sign that likes the finer things and is associated with earth. Be grounded when reflecting and exploring your priorities and spiritual ideas. Yeah, see, this person's trying to get themselves grounded. They've been all up in their head. They've been in so much pain, so much anxiety. They're really trying to think now, like, I want to put myself first. What is it that I want? You know, this is like a sense of like self-worth. Like, I'm going to go after what I want. I'm not going to be like, you know, victim to whatever this was. Like, this awful heartbreak. This person likes the finer things. They like security. They're going to want someone who's grounded, down to earth, someone who's passionate about them, someone who knows what they want. Fire signs go really, really well with earth signs because the fire signs get grounded by the earth, and earth signs are kind of like motivated by the fire. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I mean, you would be very, very good for, if they don't necessarily have to be a Taurus, but if they are, Scorpios are really, really loyal. You're also a fixed sign. Taurus is loyal. You're very passionate. Taurus is very sensual. Whoever this is, you know, you are a fixed sign. You can be quite possessive, and some people really like that. Okay, so you're going to want to spend time. Your love language is to spend time with people. This is what you want from them, Scorpio. So let's get some cards for the outcome and see how this goes. I mean, they're in recovery, aren't they? They're going to need some time to get over this. The Hermit reversed. So someone's refusing to... I don't think this is you, because you don't think you're like trying to get over pain. The Hermit is when you put up boundaries, okay, and the answers lie within you. This person is not putting up boundaries with the Hermit reverse. I don't understand that, because they need to. Look all the pain that's been caused. I wonder if they were dealing with a karmic. We'll clarify in a bit. Hang on. Let me get the Hermit. When the Hermit's reversed, it says here for this deck, loneliness, antisocial, rejection, poor spiritual growth. See, someone's bitter. They haven't healed. Virgo is known as Dike, the Greek goddess of justice. Dike was born mortal and put on earth to manage human justice. She lived in the Golden Age, a time of peace and happiness. When Zeus defeated his father Cronus, he reduced springtime and made the 4 seasons. Humans began mistreating each other and not honouring any gods. Because of this, Dike warned humans about having abandoned the ideals of their ancestors and said things would only worsen, but they didn't care. To understand what to do next, Dike flees to the mountains to have a break and think about her life's purpose. Like the hermit, who walks to the top of the mountain to seek solitude and reflection. The struggles they have to find perfection and reach their ideals are qualities of Virgo, as they will do anything to achieve their goals. Being alone in the mountains means they can think without distractions. Virgo is an earth sign that cherishes their time to reflect. After reaching her conclusion, Dike left Earth and flew to heaven, where she sits beside the constellation Libra. The wisdom you get when you take time for yourself is the light you need to show you the right way. You have the answers you seek. So when it's upright, someone's in solitude, they're gaining introspection, they're doing shadow work, okay? They're getting wise. When it's reversed, that they're refusing to learn the lessons. They may have gone for someone, you know, like the way the story behind the Hierophant is about being seduced. They may have got seduced by someone, but we'll clarify in a moment. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. The Four of Pentacles reversed. Someone is splashing the cash, right? They're not holding on to their money, because when the Four of Pentacles is upright, that's the miser. That's conserving wealth. It's holding on to wealth. It's putting it in the bank. It's saving up. This person's pennies are flying out. That's not good. I think when we clarify, it's going to show that they've been used by someone for money, like a gold digger vibe. But we'll see. Wow. Wow. Okay, so the King of Cups reversed. It's made this person extremely bitter, you know, and it would do, but they're either over emotional or under emotional. Now, if they were upright, that's high emotion because that full moon. With it being reversed, I'd say there's a lack of emotion. Someone's just fully switched off from their intuition. They don't trust themselves now. They don't trust themselves to choose. I can't wait to clarify this. Come on. Let's get the Shadow Love Oracle cards. So what was this Ace of Swords? Was this a confession from someone? Or some sort of major revelation? Oh my god, I'm good. I'm sorry. Like, I am good. In it for what they can get, money hungry, self-serving. Look at all those pentacles, all those savings being lost. Someone was never good for money. They were never good for money. And they've used all this person's savings up. What a fool. I've done that. I shouldn't say that because I've been that person. Crumbling. What you've built feels like it's falling apart. It's okay. You have the strength to build anew. Fierce temper. When this person didn't get what they wanted, they would smash things up. Okay, and that just happens to be the two aspects of a narcissist, is violence, displays of power, intimidation, constantly needing money. Even if they're earning their own money, they need everyone else's money because they've got these sick, twisted interests like prostitutes, drugs, you know, gambling, everything that's bad, everything that's toxic. All their money flies away. Okay, it's got wings on it, so they constantly need other people's resources because narcissists are chaotic. They're completely chaotic. They're not functioning like regular people. Now, if you've dealt with a narcissist, the upshot of it, because it is very, very upsetting and very damaging when you realise that you're being used and there's red flags after red flags. You know, it is frightening. They're very, very difficult to get rid of as well. But they've picked you, okay, because not because you're weak, because you're someone that's a functioning member of society. You're someone that has resources, you have assets, you have a job, you have savings, you have income, you have people around you that have wealth. You know, you're well liked, you're well received by people, you're trusted in the community. So, you know, this is why a narcissist chooses an empath. It's because they're functioning, okay? It's not because you're a loser or anything like that. See, this person is unfortunately an empath and, you know, is expecting give and take from, it's like walking up to a lion and expecting it to give you a cuddle. You know, it's not in the lion's nature to do that. So why are you expecting the lion to start playing fair? It's not going to do that, guys. So this person needs to learn. They really do. At the moment, they're probably feeling like a victim. Do you know what I mean? But they need to put some boundaries up. They need to distance themselves. They need to physically get away from this person. My narcissist is locked up in jail. Okay, so I don't need to run away from them anymore. But they do something called hoovering, where they try to get friends and family to contact you on their behalf. So I'm still dealing with that. Again, it's not because it's a compliment. Like, they just see you as a resource. They tend to give up eventually when you know exactly what they are. You know, they'll go to someone that doesn't know what they are yet and start with them. That's why they usually got multiple people on the go as well. Temporary relief. Distractions aren't a quick fix for deeper issues. Yeah, so there's been some good times with this person, but it's not enough to make up for like having no money and for them being violent, smashing things up, bringing trouble. You know, you can get in trouble with the law and stuff because they're smashing up property. They're very impulsive, reckless individuals. A person of extremes. Spirit speaks, seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. I think that's an open dialogue with themselves, not with that person, because it wouldn't do any good to speak to that person. Unless it's to say, it's over and never come near me again, or I'm going to the police. I think that they've found more stuff out that this person's been doing. So, like, one person will blow the whistle on the narcissist, like someone that's connected to the narcissist. One of the hoovering people will try to help you and see that you're a good person and tell you the truth about what this person's like. And then, unfortunately, you know, it's like pulling a string or a thread on a jumper. You pull it and it just keeps coming. The lies just keep unraveling. It's awful. And then you just feel more and more betrayed, more humiliated. So, you know, I think that's what's happened to this person. Look, it's a hobosexual. Someone that's got no assets. They don't belong anywhere. Okay, they float around like a couch surfer and probably, you know, sleep in any sofa in any sort of home, in inverted commas, or on the street even. It's like a leaf being blown around, you know, like they've got nowhere good to be. Don't want to hear it. Okay, this person is not going to change. A narcissist doesn't stop being a narcissist. It's just who and what they are. Billy bullshitter, okay? Absolutely fake. When they apologise, it means nothing. This person is just a prolific liar. They'll lie about you, they'll twist the narrative, and they'll swap the characters around. So they'll tell the truth to other people, but you're the wolf and they're, you know, the grandma. When they're the wolf and you're the grandma, you've been paying for everything, they'll say, oh, she constantly wants money off me. And they flip it, they flip the story, they flip the narrative around. So they're not having to create lies, they just say what's happening but flip the characters around. Does that make sense? They're completely like, they're just prolific liars. It's a very dangerous person. This person won't just lie to you, they'll lie to their friends, they'll lie to their parents, they'll lie to their child. There's no boundaries, there's no lines that won't be crossed. Okay. Every law you can think of, they've broken it. They don't have a conscience. They don't have a conscience. Which is strange because it's possible to have a sort of, you know, a good time and so you feel guilty when you find out what they're about and exactly what they've been up to. You feel sort of guilty for thinking about some good times that did happen or times that they showed you kindness, but it's a bit, the way I describe it is a bit like a baby deciding to be nice to someone because it makes it's like they recognise that they're getting resources from you, so they're grateful for that. But I wouldn't say that they ever feel guilty for the bad things that they do to you. It's really, really weird, but that's how I'd describe it. So don't worry, because it's not the narcissist that's showing up in your reading. That's what this person was dealing with, and that's what caused them a lot of hurt and pain. I don't know if this is someone new in your workplace or new in your like everyday environment, you know, close proximity, like they've moved into your neighborhood or they go to the same shops that you go to. I don't know what it is, but or a club that you started at. I think you've got your eye on this person, but this person will know what they've got when they get it. They know a good thing, you know, when they find it. It's not that they don't know a good thing, it's just that they're too caring or too forgiving. They're ignoring the red flags because they just wanted a relationship. Okay, they ignored the red flags with this person as they started to show up because they were just like, but I want to be in a relationship right now. Which we've all done when we're feeling weak, you know, when we've been through a really, really bad time. This is what we do. Sometimes the answer isn't yes or no, it's wait. If you were to ask them out right now, it wouldn't be the right timing. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? They're going to create space in their heart for a love that's healthy, a relationship that's healthy, but often what needs to happen is they need to become independent for a while. Okay, they need to heal from what's being done to them. It wouldn't really be a good idea for them to run into the arms of someone else straight away. Okay, they're going to have trust issues after this, but you know, people will prove themselves. You will prove yourself. You will show yourself to be trustworthy. Let's see if it'll give us a timing, but I do think it's going to be really soon. Let's see. Been proven wrong before. When is Scorpio going to meet this person, or when will they start dating if they're already aware of this person? Not anytime soon, okay? So probably in about 6 months plus, I would expect this to... I just feel like this is someone that's in your close proximity. You're already aware of them, but I don't think you've approached them because you kind of know that they've been through something really, really bad. Give it 6 months to a year. It's not a yes, but it's not a no. You know what I mean? They need a bit of time to like become independent. They trauma bonded to that person. It wasn't a healthy union. They trauma bonded to them. It was parasitic. Let's get some advice. Right, Scorpio, anything you want to find, it's out there somewhere, okay? Notice predictable rhythms. For me, that's just like the way I kind of like understood, you know, that after someone's been involved with someone really, really toxic and dangerous like that, they are feeling so vulnerable and so betrayed, and they feel foolish. They feel so foolish. People were really nice to me afterwards, and when I did speak to people about it, and it's hard to because you're embarrassed by what the person's done. It's a person of extremes, okay? So you're not proud to like tell people the things that they've done, and you really do choose who you tell. But I was amazed how many people had been involved with a narcissist, okay? And the common theme was jail time. So whilst they don't all end up in jail, usually, you know, there's a high number of narcissists because they don't have boundaries, guys. So they don't follow the law, they don't follow rules, you know. But when you've been involved with someone like that, it's better to have an eat, pray, love year and find yourself again and get independent and let go of all those bad memories and get your confidence back up. And this person needs, they need time to do this. They need to find out who they are. But after they've done that, they'll be ready for love again. And the universe won't let them and you come together until they've done this. They're not allowed. They need a substantial amount of time to like regain confidence, to figure out who they are, and to have expectations, to actually require the other person to step up to the plate. They need some walls up. But you know, that in that case, it's just a matter of time, isn't it? And time moves quickly, especially when you're going to school or going to work. My God, the months fly by. It's going to happen when you least expect it. There could be something, look, this is a lucky clover. There could be something that brings you to, you know, you and this person into close proximity at some point. In about 6 to 8 months, something like that. I don't know if this is appropriate, but let's see what comes out here. Unblock me. I miss you and want to connect. Please unblock me, literally or energetically, so we can speak. I have a lot to say. Oh my God. I think that person can stay blocked. I shouldn't really have pulled that. You see, it's the no contact deck. But if this is someone, I don't think it's someone that you know because you're showing up as a page to them, but if that's what's happening between, you know, them and that person, I think they've blocked them. I think they're done with that now. They've realised they're dangerous. They're not just nasty or a liar. They're dangerous. Thanks for likes, thank you. Let's get some essential oils to calm you down. Rosemary, okay, so essential oil of rosemary enhances memory and confidence. So you will gain the confidence to approach this person at some point, or if you bump into them somewhere, you know, you're not going to completely unravel. You can put it in a diffuser. You might get some essential oil inside, you know, like moisturizers and things that are topical. You can take supplements of rosemary and you can cook with rosemary, of course. I love rosemary with lamb. Oh, beautiful. I love just, you know, like when you have rosemary in the garden, you just rub the leaves and you just smell it. It's like, it's very like cleansing. It gets rid of the fog. Let's get some positive affirmations. Now, that's not to say that you're not allowed to be involved with anyone until you come into contact with this person. That's your choice. That's your business. Do you know what I mean? But they're showing up because maybe you've got some sort of interest in this person. Ow, they're really sharp. Many corners. Right, positive affirmations for Scorpio. I am capable of creating a life filled with purpose and meaning. Okay, this is what you need to say to yourself and say it out loud. I am capable of creating a life filled with purpose and meaning. Nice. I mean, it's very purposeful when you're in that planning phase and you're like, do you know what, I want to get my ducks in a row, I want to present myself in the best possible way, you know, get down to the gym. I want to like cross some things off the bucket list, one really nice and interesting when I do start dating people, or like I want to, you know, stack up my pentacles so that I've got, you know, something towards a nest egg. Like you want your ducks in a row. So you spend this time like being optimistic and just getting ready, even if you haven't got a specific person that you're building with, you're getting ready for your person, right? I feel like this is the one that you're manifesting, you know, because you want equal give and take and you're prepared to do your half, and they've not had that before. Well, certainly the last person, they may have had it before, sorry, but certainly the last person wasn't. They were just sucking all that money up. Cheeky 7-2. Okay, if you liked this reading, if it resonates, please give it a like. Share the channel. It's now a year old as of a few days ago. I started this channel. Exciting times. Can't wait to get 1,000 subscribers. That would be awesome. I never thought I'd get beyond like the 16 that I started with, which was friends and family. I can't believe I'm at 700 and something. That's crazy. But it's so cool. It's from hard work. Like I post pretty much every day. But you know what? It's really exciting. Right, so we're going to move from Scorpio onto Sagittarius. How lovely to think that for all the people that have had a horrible narcissist and a really nasty experience, there could be someone wholesome waiting in the wings, just waiting for that time when they think you might be open to love, you know, when you might be healed and like ready. That they don't want to put themselves forward until it's actually the right time for you, you know. That's so nice.